Hey everybody, it's Amber Peterson with Southern Comfort Insurance. Hope you're having a good day. Today's video I wanted to share with you that I am hiring. I'm looking for someone that I can train and mentor and that is motivated. So I want to talk to you a little bit about my history and what I did prior to doing insurance. And if there is any interest, please reach out to me. I am looking for someone who I can really just be for them what someone was for me, okay? I've been in insurance now for going on 10 years next year, but I was not always. I did go to college for accounting, and I have a bachelor degree, and I was doing that for a few years after graduation, and in 2015, I had divorced. I had moved out of Florida, divorced, moved back home, and I was working for an accounting job, a 9-to-5. I had, at that time, my daughter was 7 and my son was 3. So I was newly divorced, single mom, working a 9-to-5, also trying to go to soccer and gymnastics and things like that, and just do it all. So it was a lot, you know, and I felt like I needed more. So, and I also wanted to be there more for my kids. Like, I did not like that they would have to go and not see me for nearly half the day, and I would only get to see them for a few hours for basically dinner time, bath, and bedtime. So, I had watched my aunt. She was in insurance. Shout out to Aunt Sherry. And I had watched her for a year. She did insurance, and I didn't really, know much about it. A lot of people don't. They have insurance, but they don't know what insurance people do, or they have a misconception. So finally, it took her about a year of telling me, hey, come try what I do. And honestly, I mean, she lived a successful life. She was always able to go travel with her kids and do things like that. So I said, you know what, I really wasn't happy where I was. So I said, let me just try it. And this is back in, I would say 2016 is when I jumped ship, and I went all in. So what it looks like, if you're interested, is you do have to study and you do have to get your state insurance license. So if you come and join Southern Comfort Insurance, we will pay for that, and it's online. It's self-paced, so you'll go online on your computer, as long as you have a computer or a laptop or even a tablet, and you study. And they do have parameters set up that if you take practice tests and if you at least pass with a 70 or 80%, you're almost guaranteed to pass the state exam. And as long as you can pass your background and your fingerprints, so you cannot have any felonies, and you go and take your state exam, and then you get licensed, okay? So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking for someone who you're not really sure what you're doing, or you're not happy with what you're doing, but you are motivated and you want to do more. I do need someone that is working hard, that's a hard worker, and that will show up. I really love what I do. Most of you, if you guys are my clients, you do know that I'm very passionate about it. I used to think before I actually sold insurance, I was like, I don't know, I can't do that. I don't want to sell anything, but it's different. It's not like you're selling a car and you may never see that person again. When you sell insurance, at least for me, I'm in it. So when there's claims and things like that, I'm involved. I get to know their spouses, I get to know their kids, and it really matters, because insurance is meant to make up for our, at our time of loss, no matter what it is, whether that's supplemental insurance, if you are in an accident, you're out of work, or you get a diagnosis, or if it's something with your home and you go through a hurricane, or if you're in a really bad car accident and now your car is totaled and you don't know what you're going to do. So we help people in their time of need. So anyhow, I jumped into insurance. I actually had like a part-time job I ended up getting just so that I could muddle through that. And now, almost 10 years later, I have a successful career. I have been able to be with, all of my kids' games, all of the recitals. My daughter is now, she was 7 at the time, 7, 8 years old. So she's 17. She's getting ready to go off to college. and I am my own boss. I ended up kind of just growing from that. I started just with Aflac, and then I started to pick up health insurance. And then in 2020, when COVID hit, I ended up having some additional, I wanted to do more because we were home. We couldn't really do much. So I started to study for my PNC property and casualty license. So now I can sell home, auto, boat, commercial, things like that. So I'm looking to train someone to just start, that I can mentor, see if it's for you, and then you can grow from there. So if you join my team, your license will be paid for. You will have hands-on training by me. We'll have calls. If you have a job, which I encourage you to have a job, right? Insurance, it is not an hourly pay. It is commission-based. So, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I kept a part-time job just so I can make sure I had gas, and food and things like that. So if you have a full-time job, that's okay. Having your insurance license does not mean you need to quit that full-time job. You can do insurance on nights, weekends, on your lunch break. So yes, that's pretty much it. And it has changed my life. I mean, it really has. And I don't think I'd have the relationship that I have with my family and my kids now if I was working that 9-to-5 job. I don't think that I would be as successful as I am if I stayed at that 9-to-5 job. So if you are interested in trying it, please send me an email at southerncomfortinsurance@gmail.com or give me a call. My cell is 520-508-9662. My name is Amber Peterson. I am the owner of the brokerage. It's Southern Comfort Insurance, an honest, reliable, and consistent service that you can depend on. Thank you so much. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.